The whole country is preparing for the ensuing 15th Lok Sabha elections in the, and West Bengal is also getting prepared, and we have in fact started election campaign across the state. The main thing in this election, the basic issue in this election is to elect a government at the center. And so far our party is concerned and the other left parties, we are trying to forge a third alternative in the country and trying to install a government, a non-BJP and non-Congress government at the center. And we have placed before the people some basic issues and some basic programs on which this government, third front government, will function in the future. The issues are, this government at the center should come out with pro-people policies to fight rural poverty, unemployment, price rise and all that. And secondly, this future government should follow a secular policy, and they should try to stop these communal forces who are creating havoc in our country. And also, the government should uphold a policy of federalism, more powers in the hands of the state governments. And finally, the government should follow an independent foreign policy. With these basic issues, we are trying to forge a unity of all non-BJP and non-Congress parties. That is the basic task before this election. So far, the performance of this UPA government is concerned. My experience is that barring for 2-3 schemes like NREGA or recognition of rights of forest dwellers, this government has failed in all major fronts. They have created agrarian crisis throughout the country. They could not stop suicides of farmers. They could not stop the rise of price rise. These are the basic issues, and they have failed because they could not come out of the so-called neoliberal policies in the country. And finally, they went for a strategic partnership with USA, which we totally opposed, and we had to withdraw our support from this government. And so far West Bengal is concerned, I think I tried my best to maintain a cordial relation, a working relationship with the central government, and tried to avoid confrontation. No doubt, we met several times with the senior ministers of the central government, but we could not clean some basic issues, like, more economic power in the hands of the states. They refused to hand over the centrally sponsored schemes to the state governments. They refused to give for 50% funds the taxes they collect from all over the country. They should have given back all these funds, 50% of these funds to the state governments, but they could not do it. And there are other issues also, particularly West Bengal is concerned. Because of our success in small savings, we are being punished, and they are trying to create problem for the state government. They are refusing to accept that we have the right to take cess from the coals. And these are the basic issues we could not solve with this government. Now, coming to the other issues, that what our government is doing in the state, particularly for the farmers and rural poor, the whole country knows that our government could successfully implement the land reform programs in the state. And 84% of our agricultural land belong to poor farmers. This is very important so far our country's economy is concerned. And also we introduced many schemes for upliftment of the poor people in the rural areas, particularly the scheduled castes, tribals, minorities and all that. I can humbly claim the rural scenario in West Bengal is better than any part of the country. But we are facing some problem, no doubt, because of this economic meltdown all over the world. Our process of industrialization of the state, and I would not say that it has stopped industrialization, but it is creating some problem. Our economy is badly hit, particularly the industrial sector, in areas like automobiles, steel, cement, even IT sector is badly hit. Therefore, we are trying to take some special measures to create job opportunities in our state, and we are trying to improve the infrastructure sector, which we can create more job opportunities. Therefore, we have mobilized a special fund, 5,000 crores of rupees for this to confront this crisis that our state is facing now. And I can particularly say we are trying our best to protect the interest of the Muslim community and the Adivasis in our state. I tried my best to convince our Honorable Prime Minister and the Planning Commission to introduce a sub-plan for the minorities, for the Muslims. We have sub-plans for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people. Why can't we start a sub-plan for the minorities? But I could not convince this Planning Commission. But in our state, we have started a special program, a special action plan for the minorities. And we have identified 12 districts in our state, which will, and we have introduced several schemes in these states to improve the quality of life of the minorities in our state. And we are also trying to expand the scope of education, training for the boys and girls belong to minority communities. And the basic issue is we must have create a situation so that the minorities get an equal opportunity with others to find out their jobs in the future. And finally, about Adivasis in our state, because of our land reform program, these Adivasis, they have a good number of Adivasi families, they have their own land, they are cultivating in their lands. And some of them are engaged in forest products. We have trying to organize their forest products, trying to improve, giving some subsidy for forest produce. And finally, we have started giving pattas for forest dwellers who are living in the forests. We have already given 8,000 pattas, and because of election, we could not carry on with this program, but we are determined to give pattas to all forest dwellers in our state. With these programs, we are trying to face the situation, the crisis that has come in our country also. And the central government is failing to understand this problem, and they have created a situation which will further create a serious problem, unemployment problem in various sectors in the country. Therefore, it is more important for us to install a government at the center which will be in a position to withstand the pressure of USA and other capitalist countries. Thank you.